everyone, I'm Anna.
And I'm Joey. Welcome back to another year of the Grind.
This week, we are giving you a short show that will introduce you to some of the things we will be covering this year. You may recognize us from last year when we started the Grind.
That's right. And for all of you who don't know about the Grind, we will give you a little refresher now.
The Grind is an on-campus, student-run news station. At The Grind, students produce segments that cover on-campus news.
This news highlights anything on campus from upcoming sporting events to entertainment events.
To kick off the show, our sports crew covered the success and challenges of SJU's soccer team. They also take a look at the new field complex.
The sports crew also has some inside information about the CSB swim team, as well as the cross-country teams. Now, let's take a look at what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Angel.
And my name is Megan, and this is your CSB SJU Sports Update coming to you from The Grind.
Today, we will be highlighting the boys soccer team, Captain Mish Coburn, and the new complex.
But first, let's take a look at the girls swimming team hard at work, practicing under new head coach Dan Ekberg.
As the swim team begins its season, Coach Dan will bring quite the change on the pool deck. The newest addition includes plans incorporating new dryland techniques such as CrossFit and a 6:30 a.m. cardio strengthening practice to enhance endurance in his athletes.
That's right, Rise and Shine swimmers. In addition to the new workout ideas, he's incorporated nutrition concepts to make sure his athletes will prepare physically and mentally for the grueling season to come. They kick off their season with the traditional alum meet held at the Palestra Pool next Saturday at 1:00 p.m.
Also, racing to the finish line is this cross-country team. CSB cross-country is coached by Robin, and the SJU cross-country team is coached by Tim Miles. Both teams have had very successful seasons thus far.
CSB is ranked 6th in the region. Freshman Allison Cussabud says the two meets at St. Kate's have been the best races they have had as a team, with many top finishers in the 4K, and also complimented the team on being very close and welcoming.
Along with that, SJU Cross Country has had a number of great finishes as well, including a first-place finish to the opening of the season at a meet here at home. SJU's top 9 runners are currently either seniors or sophomores.
We wish both CSB and SJU cross-country teams good luck in the rest of their season. Now, for the main event, the SJU soccer team. The soccer team has been experiencing a very successful season, as well as enjoying their new complex.
Key features of that complex, and also known as Haas Field, include a natural grass playing surface, permanent team dugouts, bleachers, and a natural seating and a scoreboard. Lauren caught up with senior Mish Coburn earlier this week. Let us tune in to learn some more.
Team trying to prepare mentally, physically, and nutritionally for the rest of this championship season.
Well, in the beginning of the season, we set higher standards in terms of conditioning. I don't know about nutritionally, we try to eat as healthy as we can, but in terms of physically and mentally, like I said, we try to do some physical tests, and then mentally, we just had a couple tough seasons previously, and we just wanted to come out strong and have a good season this year.
You just made history for SJU, scoring your 25th career goal. How have you been able to prepare for another successful season with the Johnnies?
Just kept working as hard as I can. Honestly, it's just the players around me, because if I'm scoring, that means somebody's passing me the ball properly, and so I'll just give most of the credit to the guys that are around me, playing me the perfect ball.
How is it bittersweet being captain for your senior year?
I've been the captain since my sophomore year. It's really nothing new, but it's nice to see a couple other guys, younger guys, come up and learn from me, and I'm glad that I'm able to teach a couple things to the younger guys. But as far as being a captain for the last couple of years, it's been nothing but a pleasure for me.
Who would you consider, besides yourself obviously, to be some key players that we should know about?
Our goalkeeper, Kevin Laban, David Wee, and then, of course, Joe Balder, the one that just broke his leg, and then Ian Scudder broke his leg in the beginning of the season and now came back. He was our leading scorer last year, so I think for the next couple of remaining games, he's still going to be a threat for us.
Well, that's it for this week's update.
Now back to you guys in the studio.
Very cool. Keep up the good work, athletes. We almost got those Tommies.
Some upcoming events to look for include the Johnny soccer team versus St. Mary's, which is at home on Saturday, October 26th. And the Johnny football team is at Gustavus, November 2nd.
And let's not forget about our Bennies. Women's volleyball plays Concordia at home on Saturday, the 26th, as well as the women's soccer team who play St. Mary's that same day.
Make sure to show your support. On a different note, this week we looked at the international students here this semester.
Sure did. And our entertainment crew got some interviews of a few students from around the country. Also, they looked into teachers' perspectives on the benefit of having international students in their classes.
Very cool. I'm excited to see what our crew has in store for us. Let's now take a look.
Thanks guys, I'm Olivia and I'm a reporter for The Grind for the entertainment section. And I'm here with Professor Christy Seimer, who is in the political science department. And we just have a few questions for her about international students and kind of her experience with that. Do you have any international students in your classes now?
I do. I have, I think, one international student in my introductory class, and then I have a couple of international students that I've worked with all throughout their academic career that are now in my upper division classes. So, yeah.
So then what would you say are some benefits to having international students in the classroom?
Yeah, I really like having international students in the classroom. I like that they can bring a different perspective. I don't want them to necessarily feel like they have to represent their whole country or something like that, but I do think that they can look at the United States in particular with a little different eye, which is kind of nice. I also think they ask questions that sometimes I assume that everybody kind of knows, and there are actually probably American students in the class that don't know that, but they feel, I think, a little bit more justified in asking those questions, and I appreciate that, because then I'm like, oh yeah, probably everybody doesn't know this. So it's nice to kind of, especially when international students feel comfortable enough to ask questions.
Yeah, to get that other kind of perspective.
Yeah.
So what do you do to make international students feel more comfortable in your classes, or to kind of like accommodate them?
Yeah, I try to kind of reach out to international students at the beginning of the class, just talk to them. I do a pre-class survey to kind of get a sense of how they feel, and ask them to say if there's anything that they're kind of uncomfortable with or that they're worried about in the class. A lot of times it is the difficulty of the reading, so but that's something a lot of students encounter, so I just try and check in with them to make sure they're doing okay. Especially if I have a lot of writing in the class, I'll really strongly encourage them to go back to their ESL teachers. Sarah Pruitt has been a fantastic resource for students in my classes, so, and she's so willing to help the students with their writing. So that's been really nice. What I like to have international students do is come and talk to me about the kinds of things that they would like, that would help them, right?
As we just heard from Professor Seiber, most professors at St. Ben's and St. John's try to take into account international students' needs. To get a better look at this, we interviewed an international student from China. Let's take a look.
Thanks guys, I'm Olivia and I am here with Lewis.
Hello.
And he's an international student here at St. Ben's and St. John's. So what year are you?
Well, I think it's a very complex question because I just came to this this college last semester. And so last semester is my first semester of freshman, and this is my second semester of freshman. So next semester, it will be my sophomore year.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you studying?
My major is political science, and that's all.
Okay, cool. So Lewis, where are you from?
China.
Oh, okay, cool. What area of China?
It's in East Coast. It's very close to Shanghai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what has been an interesting moment in one of your classes so far?
Well, last semester I took the U.S. politics class, and we also have like in-class exam. And I found the American student, their writing is much faster than me, and I found the multiple choice, it doesn't make any sense.
So what classes are you taking now?
Now is, well, this semester I took Introducing International Relationship class, Politics and Political Life class, and FIS class, because last semester I cannot take that class.
Oh,
and math class.
Okay. What math class?
Calculus 1.
Oh, ugh. I'm not a calculus fan. Not at all.
At the beginning, I thought the calculus class is very easy, but now I found it tough.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
Have you had like any slip-ups or trouble with like American slang English?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem for me. Because last semester, I just passed the exam in the language school. I think my English is okay to go to the the university or college. But when I came to here, I found the American students, they do not really speak English. They speak Minnesota.
Could you give me an example of some of the words maybe that you've heard? Or
Like, you bet. And well, when I was in China, because I was in like international high school, like half of the high school students will go to study abroad, and basically they will go to, most of all them, they will go to like England or Australia and Canada, and none of them will go to like America. But I chose to come here, and most of my high school teachers are British, you know, and their accent was like water or sir, like this. And when I came here, I was like, well, when I was in McDonald's, I was like, can I order some chips? And then the waitress was like, what is chips? But that time I don't know chips is French fries.
yeah.
I was like, chips, you don't know chips? And they said, and they asked that, you mean fries? I said, what is fries? Then we both get confused. Yeah.
Much like Lewis learned British English in China, there are some other students on campus making language faux pas as well. We have a handful of students from the UK on campus, and I had the pleasure of interviewing 3 of them. Beth, Alex, and Sarika are all here from England. Coming to school at St. Ben's and St. John's has been tough because the schools are so far away from home. In England, Beth lives at home while attending university, uni in British slang, and Alex and Sarika are within 2 hours of their homes back in England. So an 18-hour plane ride is a bit of a stretch. In England, they are studying events management. Alex specifically wants to work with sports. On campus, all 3 are taking mostly management classes. As I said, they've all had some slip-ups with English. Most memorably, one of the women asked her group member for a rubber in class. Along the same lines, they had quite the laugh when they were first introduced to Johnnies. In British slang, a Johnny is what we in America would call a condom. From the UK, back to the grind. Cheerio!
I love the international students. They are such wonderful and interesting people. It's always fun to learn about new cultures. Joey, are you thinking about studying abroad?
Yes, in fact, I've been looking at a few programs already.
And where do you want to go?
I've been looking into the Ireland programs or maybe Australia.
That'll be really fun. Remember, everyone, applications for study abroad start in November, so be prepared.
Well, there you have it, the first show of the year.
Tune in every other Sunday for a new episode of The Grind. And on the next show, we will be showing a fun segment about students on campus who look like different celebrities.
See you next time.